Well, good Sunday morning. I'm here at the Hilton Rytown, and I'm in a room called the Den, which is usually the bistro here at the Hilton. They have a very nice restaurant, and they've got a bar, and this is kind of the overflow from the bar, or we can get a light dinner. But for this weekend, it's repurposed as the gaming room for Lunacon, and there's pretty much 24/7 going a game of Magic the Gathering. I don't understand the appeal, but some folks. So, what have we been up to here? Last night, I went to that zombie makeup thing. Got a few tips for you if you want to go to a zombie walk, or you know, Halloween's coming up, or eventually, or maybe you just want to cause a panic in your neighborhood. Well, here's how to do it. First of all, wounds. Wounds are. I always wondered how they did this, but they cut up some twine and first they put a lot of latex on you. Most of this is latex and food coloring, but put a little latex on where you want to have a wound, and then you attach twine, kind of like lips, like parallel lines that start and end at the same point. Math whizzes will point out the error there, but just nice little gash give yourself, and you put black food coloring inside the wound itself to give it the illusion of depth, and you put a little, very little flesh tone and a lot of blood on the periphery. Now, as for the blood, what I was told last night by the presenters, who Ed Young and his crew, it's the same thing I got from the director's commentary on Evil Dead. This is what Sam Raimi was using in '77, and that's clear Caro corn syrup. The clear stuff, not the brown stuff, very important. And for every bottle, or it was like a 16-ounce bottle of Caro, you need an ounce and a half of red food coloring. And this is also very important. Raimi didn't do this because he wasn't allowed to make it look like real blood. But if you're trying to make it look like real blood, you got to remember to put in about a dozen drops of blue. Give it just that slight purplish tinge, so it really looks like blood. Can't use Caro syrup all the time. Sometimes you have to spray, sometimes you have to spew, and you can use the same food coloring, the same proportions with a water base, and it'll squirt out the tubing better. And it should be said that Ed is an actor and makeup artist. He learned the makeup artist trade from Tom Savini, who is, of course, Mr. Dawn of the Dead guy. There's also something called dead mouth. You got to have that black inside of the mouth. The tongue and the gums have got to be black, and that's really just black food coloring. But you got to remember to give your zombie a mouthful of the stuff, so that in addition to coating the tongue and gums, he can also like spew out bile or drool it, or give it that effect. Which brings us to intestines, and this is actually pretty easy. You take some paper towels, the big, the Bounty or the Viva, the name brand paper towels. Don't skimp on this. Really absorbent stuff, and you soak it in your stage blood, and then you wrap it all, like in sausage casing, but using saran wrap. Brains, tapioca, and cauliflower. You put a little bit of tapioca for the loose stuff on top of the cauliflower, actual solidly packed brains, and you coat it all with your stage blood. And one thing is that blood and gore is important for a zombie, but so is just basic dirt. They've been wallowing around in the outdoors for a while, so add a little cornmeal or something to that effect to the costume, make it look a little dirtier. Okay, so Anyway, that was an interesting session, and that went from there to Daryl Schweitzer's reading. Daryl Schweitzer's probably better known as an editor than a writer, but I was really impressed with his reading last night. It was Cthulhu story that he has coming up, an entry in a multi-author anthology that he is also the compilation editor for. And from there, I dropped by on the Garden State Horror Writers reading, and they were gracious enough, and I want to thank Hildy Silverman in particular here, but they were gracious enough to let me read from Intentions, which is my contribution to Matt Carden and T.M. Wright's Holy Horrors anthology, which is supposed to come out this year from Ash Tree Press. We'll see. Before I gave the reading, I had to preface it with I submitted this, I wrote it and submitted it 3 years ago, and it's kind of topical at points. And when I see the proof back, I know I'm going to have to add some words here and there to explain the passage of time. Note to self: download anything that I can be using for reading to my Sony reader. I was reading Intentions off my computer screen because I didn't have anything printed out, and at this point I don't see the point of having it printed out. I've got the Sony e-reader, and I'm just going to rely on that. All right, the highlight of the evening was supposed to be the masquerade. Really wasn't. There were only 7 contestants this year, and I thought there'd be more because I saw a lot of people running around in costume, but they just didn't enter the competition. The big news there is that the annual Asimov Award went to the Mythbusters, well deserved, and took a look at the trailer park, the trailers for the upcoming movies, and frankly, this summer I don't see a must-see. I mean, not even Iron Man 2. That looks like it's just going to be another link in the chain leading up to the Avengers movie, but it's not the Avengers movie, and I think it's probably going to be missable if you saw the first one. There were a bunch of parties. I dropped by the Icon party. I dropped by a few other parties. The only one really worth staying at was the Bronx High School alumni party. I understand about a dozen or so people who were at that party actually were Bronx Science alumni, but they throw a good party, that's for sure. Not going to do much today. It's about 10 minutes to 10. About 10 minutes, there's going to be a reading by Patrick Thomas, who is also an Icon guy. He's there every year, selling his Bullfinch's Pub books, which I recommend. And I think he's had some interest in Pat Wolf Press publications. And he's always, he can often be seen in the dealer rooms representing Pat Wolf. So that's about it. I think I'm just going to call it a sign-off for the weekend, and I'll send a video blog update after Icon, which I've decided I'm going to go on Friday, see Michelle Lang there, and bring the kids by the dealer room. They'll be happy, and make nice. All right, have a good rest of the weekend. I intend to get outside today, and it's another reason why I'm not going to be staying at the con after Patrick's reading. See you soon. Bye-bye.